Alright, this is another live I'm making. About it's been this might cause a lot of s- bad things to happen to me, break a lot of codes, stuff like that. It's hard to explain, but been I come from a weird country where depravity, decancy, decadency, debauchery, immorality is placed on a pedestal. And it's only work for a selective few. It's not as small as where you would seem, but it works out for them, and it intimidates others to go on down that path because it's like a spiritual. I don't propose myself as a expert or even an intellectual. I just want. I know my opinions not even valued or regarded as not as how society is. We get to uncover how society always been a discovering, well, understanding, whatever you want to call it. Because this slavery really over, or was this now turning into a Hunger Games? Because you think they said certain things to establish now are to protect your shit like this. I don't really want to get into it because really I see this as an attack from the devil to feed in our energy. And it's just a waste of time sitting down talking about these people because that's what they want. That's what they want. That's why you see like celebrities coming out and saying certain crazy stuff because they say it's now irrefutable. It's supposed to be irrefutable, and they're coming as an expert or you only seeing this source coming from certain places like in the states, but nowhere else. You're not seeing it like that. I seen attempts, but it wasn't really whole because they're holding in the system. In the beast system wasn't as high as them where they can monetize, go around intellectual, keep it as their intellectual property, go and get um we call it rewards and stuff from certain entities to make them seem credible, like Terrence Howard, or even saying Cat Williams. I'm not downplaying Cat Williams. I'm just using him because he's in that circle, right? So they mixed in a little truths with a lies is all to create what I come to understand. This great division. That's why they okay with putting out the Epstein files. Cause it don't matter no more. Cause people, I've been coming out about my stuff. So I'm saying even if those people from the Epstein files, those children, you people would have this been especially based upon this race thing. Would have been disingenuous, would have been this if they encountered the wrong person at the wrong time. It would be over for them. It would have been the ship would have been inevitable, right? It would have been inevitable. Those children would not be saved. I send my condolences. Is really harsh because when I'm going through the files, are listening to these, because I can't really, I've seen so much horrible stuff myself, right? Where I see like I can relate to the psychology of uh war veteran or stuff like those. That's what those children would tell you, like the horrible stuff, demonic stuff, how the mistreatment, the inhumanity they saw, they witnessed, they experienced. And the thing is, I've been alone going through this. Many of them probably was alone. You're forced to be. Everything is always sexual, but they're denigrating you, they're demoralizing you, they're desensitizing you to your own horrible shit. And you see, I'm getting this is all part of the beast system, the matrix, that's the hidden aspects what they celebrate in secret, but they don't tell you to your face that slavery was about. It was very spiritual, it was very religious, right? There is no, they just recently separate church and state in modern day times. They just recently separate church and state. Church and state was one. So meaning that during slavery time, it's technically people in the church was enslaving you. And if you read the Old Testament, they were sacrificing people, children, animals, etc. for power, for status, for money. When you see unravel stuff about slavery, you see it's just been a continuation. They've only find a way to continue while they grow societally with all these new advancements, technology, and they've managed to keep their bloodline pure. Well, pure to them, in essence, to them, right? Where I don't really care to be in their bloodline, or I don't have no deprived outlook of myself, of my appearance. I look very shabby right now. So, and the thing is, I'm not for this type of thing where we are seeking attention or gratification or acceptance or whatever people do to be sensationalized on the internet. I've discovered these forms of witchcraft. Everything is more spiritual than we think. And they let these things come out like flat earth. And people know it is a lot to talk about. Is a lot. So I'm just using flat earth. Right, to cause more division. You have racism. Now you have sexism. You have sex theory. You see me? Like, I come to understand there is more race genders than we knew, and they've always existed. They've always existed, and it just seems to me, how I regarding it, is that in this modern day time, lately, it seems like these this generation of them is less disciplined than the previous generations of these people. You know, I just want to come voice my opinion because it's battling up in my head. There's nobody to really express it to. It's sad, but I have to get over it. And I'm saying, like, yo, is the Messiah, like in the title of my video, Breaking Silence, is the Messiah returning? Because how I see it is decorating is so to be so chaotic. It's like they're trying to bring down everybody's tail. It's like this coup de grace, nah ha ha. Cause we're dealing with people here. We're not even dealing with the devil in itself. They might be puppeted by the devil, but they have their own free will. And how I seen it, like if a certain countries, certain corporations, and you know, providences, it seems like, especially in the West, because I've been reviewing, going through scripture. I wouldn't say I dabble in occultism, but I'm aware of it being growing up in it, and it's become like I'm trying to get out of it because it's formal. As I revering it, starting to revere it as formal. It never helped me. It did not help me. And I'm seeing that it's causing me to have difficulties with getting closer to the Lord. Oh, authentically it's supposed to be. Right? So I've been repenting lately because of my circumstances and certain things. I'm trying to understand about myself, look back, review. That's why I'm not really into any of the rhetoric that's being put out. Because where is it coming from? You see me? And I notice like even our in generation, we saying using terms that analogies and things that wasn't really necessarily being expressed before our generation. It seemed like it came from occultists. Like all this thing about downloads, you're getting downloads this, downloads that, and there's so much interest into Kemetic culture, Kemetic this, and you see me, Egyptian that, and you see me. The Greeks had conquered Egypt. The Greeks have conquered Egypt. So anything we are to know about Egypt was watered down by the Greeks, and even then, how the Bible in scripture regard, even in those times, the scriptures regard the Egypt or Kemet, whatever people are calling, as a pagan society, pagan civilization. They worship false gods that they made sacrifice to. They made sacrifice. I talk about in scriptures with the Israelites when they were trapped in Egypt. So relatively, this is where I feel like I come into assess where we, regardless of what is our indifferences, maybe some people getting by in society because they're into the beast system, right? it was probably like that in the time, right? In the those biblical times and era. Probably was like that. So it was hard to come, like when you're reading, it's hard for them. It seems like they were brainwashed why they wanted to go back to praising these idols instead of, no matter how much miracles Moses had done, they still fall to lose faith in God and saying, how genuine and how you never had to do anything but just believe or have faith or trust, loyalty in this divine being where you don't have to make no sacrifice, you don't have to do none of these wild stuff that we coming to discover now is part of the ritual, like transhumanism, all this crazy stuff, sacrificing your children, sacrificing your livestock, sacrificing. You see me? We never have to do that. All we had to do, and then Jesus come and amend it by sacrificing himself. So we don't have to succumb to these stuff in society. We can resist. That's why he made so much statements and claims where we need to passively resist, because what I come to understand, that's what the passive is, not for about ego, or is a reason why he wants us to passively resist. Is a reason why he wants us to not buy into the love of money, or put money as our God, or have faith in God. That's what I come to understand. But some people can see this could be their twisted view or propaganda to let us be in a passive state where they still can enslave us. They still can violate us. They still can disrespect us. And the more disrespect, the more the more mutilation, the more but people violating and mutilating themselves. You see me? And they still have these egos. So I don't know where the lines, where they still want to compete, they still want to compare. And I feel like, we need to respect, even though I'm not for racism in essence itself, right? I'm not for racism in itself, right? I feel like you should let people be. Especially how we're paying taxes, we're paying bills. Why are we doing all these things? Even the people, the robbers, or the criminals and all them stuff there, is witchcraft they're using. They're using witchcraft to protect them. That's what I'm discovering from all these groups, gangs, groups, occults. They're not going out and doing it on, they just have faith in their idols. That's what it seems. Everybody's a coward. I'm not saying it. For myself, that's why I put my faith in God, in Jesus Christ, because I can't manage alone. I can't do this alone. I can't do this alone. So I put gamble. If you want to put it in that perspective, I'll gamble on Jesus, even if it don't make no sense, even if it's not true. Even if it's not true. This is why I'm so worried. Like, I'm coming to understand the scripture, but am I ready? Am I ready? Am I in good stature, good favoring with Christ? Because he said he will spit you out if you're lukewarm. And there's another statement he make, him don't know you. You know, to me it seems like, yo, all my life has been this thing with identity. You know, because the Bible talk about identity. Where now I feeling like, yo, all these people making all these claims, this and that, and I feel like I'm being downplayed because I have color. I'm dealt with because I have color, but there's no dehumanization for no other group of people out here, especially that. I don't want to really get into that. I don't want, because nobody not allowing no attack on their group. But it seems like my group has been playing foolish. My group has been playing foolishly. Real foolishly. Because that's what they call us. Foolish, because we never know. We've been told stories that not adding up as we go along and we're seeing it don't make any sense. Don't make any sense. All our history has been a lie since the 1400s up to now. Right? Because if the Bible did not capture it, we don't have no narrative talking points. And people just keep on coming up with crazy new theories, this, that, allegations. And we're seeing it's coming from a lot of hate, grudge, bitterness. I seen the Bible where it talk about I don't want to get into it because I'm not looking to attack a group to come direct no heat on me and give the flag to make my situation worse than it is. I'm tired of the gang stalking. Because people been gang stalking me from me as a child, and I'm saying like, yo, I'm in captivity already. And then people gang stalking me so they can come and exploit me even more. Seems unfair. It's essentially only one group doing this. One type of people doing this. I never seen no Hawaiian, no Chinese person, no Italian. Same even people trying to put on the ground now, Jew. I don't see these people. These people, everybody minding their own business and doing what they have to do. It's just just one selective group have this time. You know, they have so much free time on them. So much free time on them to have these commentaries, do these demonic shit. Certain groups is demonic. I don't want to talk about it. Jesus Christ coined this term, generational vipers. So where people talking about like David Icke first coined the term reptilian. No, Jesus was the first. He said it. Vipers. So we getting clarity now. Well, I don't even know. I don't even know because I don't even think these people are what they imposing us. Because why the demograph in certain countries or regions not on the same page? They're not on the same page. They don't know. They're still on this narrative back in the 2000s where vampires, when that was the thing. You see me? Can I say trust certain entities? Who can we trust? That's why I stay in the Bible. That's why I stay in the Bible. But I'm not in advocacy of anyone believing in any false doctrine. That's why I mainly try to talk about the stuff that I witness, experience. I don't come and talk about my personal much on this platform, especially. I think it's not like I'll go back and watch my videos, but I don't really talk about my faith or belief because I don't want that misconstrue anything. And in the moment, I wasn't really trying to get my faith mixed up, but into these things because I never know I was being attacked for my faith. A lot of things I went through where, people, and this is the thing, it's just like the Epstein files. It's so complicated, right? Where there's a whole heap of allegations or questions I have. But it's not, if I make it to them, the promised land, I wouldn't even need to care about it no more. I never know my mother and father. And I'm wondering if I even had a mother and father. Am I a clone? Because I don't know if I don't feel as if people out there being treated this horribly. I have a passport, but how people, I don't even want to talk about it. I don't want to spread this kind of negativity out there. I just want to talk about my opinions and views upon what I see in the direction of society or it's going. Right? I don't say it not gonna do much. My conversation's not entertaining for anybody to sit through this. I wouldn't want nobody to sit through this to hear the entirety of my videos. It's just to put it on the internet. I'm not getting this not being monetized. I'm not really sharing much information. Is information out there outside of technical things, right? Because I can regurgitate all the stuff I hear through social media or stuff I encounter in society, but how this going to affect the stuff that I come from a third world country. Wherever I'm in my country now really going to be global, because even people coming from here, they're going to come and have to bend to your country's rule for stay. You might see them as crooked or you might and they might come now. This is where the racism narrative come up, and when you want approach to judge them or whatever based upon their appearance, and because after you do so much crooked evil things, he going to show up in your spirit and your body. People going to able to sense it. People going to able to sense it. Say, you're not trustworthy, you're not this, you're not that. You see me? So I I think the Antichrist is out there. You know, so it does make me worried about my soul because I know in our generation they full up our head with a lot of foolishness, and we some part of it we are to blame, even though we're saying like, yo, I'm 28. I was a child and I was orphan. I still have to take responsibility because that not going to slide with God saying, oh, I never have no father. Because a lot of people feel like that's going to slide, like why they focus on that. And I feel like media also attack us to make this essentially the only thing about us. So, you know, for say, oh, we don't have any fathers or mothers. Well, there's no opinion about my mother. I'm her first child at 27. Yeah, maybe it was out of wedlock. I don't know what happened, and I'm not going to share my opinions because it's just what I suspect. There's no evidence to prove anything, so it makes no sense even talking about it in the first place because it is me gaslighting people. I see the dangers of because we've been gaslighting each other since this century or the beginning of the millennia, and it causing a lot of damage to society. Causing a lot of damage to society because a lot of people confused, right? And this confusion necessarily is light-hearted and both dark. Like some people confused out there. You know, we in this capitalist society, so it necessarily going to happen because we don't know what's going on. And the thing is, we never had to know everything, all the parts or mechanism to traverse. But it seems like nowadays we need to know everything what's going on down to around in a China or this region and the world just for understand yourself and your place and position in the world. That's what it seems like. And it becoming weird. Becoming weird. You know, a lot of false prophets rising. Uh, it's a headache on most people. It's a headache. It's very much a headache on me. Cause it's like, it's already hard. You know, cause I'm riding on this Christianity. I'm riding on Christianity because I see that as the most truthful narrative. And a lot of things the Bible, or I could give creditation to Jesus and his disciples made um, prophecy that's consistent with what we are experiencing today. Nobody made no prophecy. No other religion made no prophecy. Or even if they made a prophecy, it's not even, it wouldn't have been as consistent as it is with Christianity of what is going on today. And nobody is more talked about throughout the other religions. Christianity don't talk about other religions. Other religions talk about Christ. Literally have their perspective and appreciation, or you know, they have their perspective on Christ and outtake that is always positive. Even the negative ones, the dark ones, the occultist ones, where they're trying to put Christ in a place of decadency and extreme spiritual wickedness, right? Or they highlight all the stuff where Christ do and try to make a parallel with themselves is not even consistent. But I'm not here to critique other religions, because as I say, I'm not an expert. I'm going through life and experiencing it myself. It might be very screwed up. That's why I have a very hard time whenever, especially when I come on this to speak. But I don't think I'm a good speaker. But I still try to put on my opinions. Same way, I'm not trying to indoctrinate nobody. I don't have no grudge, no bitterness for anything. I'm following what Christ said. I'm not saying I never had any or like I'm a perfect or anything like that. It took time for me personally. And I can't say I won't fall again. You see, my thing is not trying to fall. Even if things are not set in place for me to even prosper at this level, I'll try not to fall. But I can't say I won't fall. But I appreciate people who take the time to listen, because even me, I'm very, even though I'm very, with what I listen to, right? I'm very sensitive to what I listen to. I'm not going to waste my energy and time listening to rhetoric or nonsense or something that's not giving me knowledge, making me wise, or putting out the truth. I wouldn't say I'm putting out the truth. I wouldn't say I'm putting out the truth. I'm worried like everybody else. I'm human. Although, I don't know what's going on in this society. I think society the West is finally collapsing. I mean, I've seen that's not only for me, but it's before I thought it was only me. Maybe I said, I was going through the worst, but I say it's not only me. Cause it was a shocker to see. I have no clue what was going on in the world. I thought it was only me experiencing all these wickedness, this extreme wickedness. Then I seen that the Epstein files, they have hordes of children in this region. It's crazy. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. It hurt. Say, you can't even fight back or resist. You see me? So, and I was saying like, those children, like I was around their age when this all started. So I just imagine, how, you know, cause they capture you and bring you, and you don't have nothing. Cause even the same thing, like what I feel like Orlando Brown problem is, especially I have something over them that I went to school. Cause they, you know, these black people think school is a punishment, but I went to school. You see me? So they don't have no foundation, no fundamentals. They don't know math. They don't know nothing. They don't even know, cause certain things I have survival skills. So they're very dependent on the beast system for cater to them. So they had to give up themselves. They had to give up themselves. Where I always felt courage, like I could have do it on my own. You know, I could have felt like that, like I could have do it on my own. Like, you know, I felt like growing up, I was always wiser than them, and conversationally, they never had nothing more for talk about more than the raunchy, trashy, demonic shit. Like, same conversation I seen on another channel. This is why I made this video, came out and feel like for make this video. Cause, you know, some of them might have a talent, but they overall is an idiot. And the thing is, people don't know where they're getting this talent from and how they come by these talents. I'm not saying with all of them or in the topic of the person video. That's why I don't even bring it up. Who they're talking about, you know? They're not exceptional. They had to go and seek foreign powers or extraterrestrial powers to excel in that department. No, I'm not saying that, but I know from personal experience, from seeing people and coming to understand this Ifa, Yoruba, Voodoo. Growing up, I thought that stuff was a real. I thought that was hoo-ha stuff. And when people come and tell me women or what I identify, because I come in to have an understanding. This is what the transgender agenda is about Baphomet, because witches are transgender people. That's how they get you. All these women we're talking about, regular, normal women, they're not witches. They're just stupid. Because Disney and all these media sensationalize and popularize with the pop culture witchcraft. They even trying to bring witchcraft into Christianity. I seen people talking about their Christian witches, this and that, all on the internet. No, but no. You know, I fall to this too, where I come and try to elements and miracles of Christ to contrast it to magic. That's why I have made statements that I know I said, I don't know if this contradict what I've said as my religious pretenses of saying, you know, and I notice media attacking those stuff where stuff not consistent. I was saying like I don't really go into my religious background too much, right? Because I'm human at the end of the day. You see me, I have a lot of trauma, so it's hard. You know, I've never dabbled into no atheism. So personally, I wouldn't follow no atheists, right? Cause I'm chasing after salvation, wisdom, knowledge, truth. That was my first intention as when I was in a child. Now when I start seeing say, all right, money is a thing, I need to pay my bills, you see me? So I kind of started chasing after opportunities to make money, not necessarily money itself, because I rather work earnestly to make money. Cause I want to accommodate my little leisures, like and I like watch things on the internet, study things on the internet, and my addictions, you know, I compensate my addictions. Like I used to smoke weed, so that's mostly it. I used to drink. You could have considered me an alcoholic. Cause I was in denial that I was an alcoholic, cause I would casually do it, and it never made me do things to what I see physically in this flesh realm, but spiritually, you know, it was harming me. It was really harm. It was really harming me. It was causing me to be seduced by the devil. But I felt like it gave me comfort, and it wouldn't matter. It never changed nothing whether I was drinking. But maybe if I was kept my faith in the Lord strongly, God would have created a way or something. But I had issues, traumas that I was dealing with, internal stuff that I was dealing with, where alcohol gave me comfort. But even though I don't need no alcohol, I don't need no alcohol. But I see it as growth. Because growth have to start somewhere. I don't need no alcohol. But when I was young, I was drinking a lot till I start pacing myself till, you know, I saying is either I going to smoke weed over drinking and smoking weed. Because if I drink, I have to smoke. So that's how I had set my parameters. So, I can't drink and not smoke, because, the effects of drinking always make me, you know, I never have those crazy hangovers like what people see. You see people in the movies. Only few times, like 1 or 2 times, where I'll be. But I think those people had tainted or spiked my liquor. Why I started vomiting and stuff like that. Cause my body reject, the certain things, and I would get very loose. I would get very drunk, or and how I feel about. I get real sensitive about myself, where I just go home. Cause those times I just like be by myself, bro, and just relax, and listen to these demonic music. So I even stopped listening music, cause it's something that was encouraged by society, like for fitting, where I have to fit in a their little, so they can't, it's hard to describe it, because it's not like anybody give me any explanation, or it don't ever benefit me. It never ever benefit me, and that's the main reason why I didn't want to seem like awkward, because I noticed that they're trying to put that label on me, like I'm awkward or trying to act foreign or something. And I don't know where this coming from. Where these something they come, because I see a lot of people where don't drink, don't smoke, and they don't have no problem traversing society. But it's a certain look they have where versus me, why they get that blind. You see me? So I finally have the freedom to in myself to feel like these things don't need to control me no more. Because especially it seems like it's only place for me to become an addict so people can control me through these things and make me do things necessarily for these things to be humiliated, be denigrated, and lose my life and my soul for no reason. Because it start off bad already. That's how I see it. So it don't make no sense losing myself over it, over liquor, weed, or even one thing like I always the internet provide me comfort knowing what's going on, seeing the activities of what's going on. Like imagine we in World War and I'm I don't know. I don't know because it's my grandmother get me into this habit of mm, you know um absorbing the news because the importance of the news, knowing what's going on and stuff like that, right? So I saw how important that was. It became key to how I direct my attention and what I I measure myself with how I approach things. Cause a lot of things like avenues I wanted to go down and try to take advantage of myself to uplift myself, but I really want to get into that. This is why I know I said like, my video is not gonna be entertaining because I'm a messy. When I talk about these personal stuff, it's gonna get very messy. It's gonna get very messy and it's not entertaining. People looking for entertainment or a leisure or even valuable information they can apply to their life. Because that's how I stay. I feel like in this time, everybody needs to stay. So every man and woman, it's not about even sympathy. Because I noticed this is what these celebrities like to do, take advantage of, and they're doing satanic stuff, ritualistic stuff. So it make you can't even feel for the common man no more. Gas prices gone up, so people, humanity, go and get, you know, people, humanity, as the prices for things, and people go and get them less humane. So I understand that because I don't really trust people right now. I don't trust none of the stuff I see on the internet anymore. I used to see like Cat Williams as a voice of reasoning, source of reasoning. Cause they always come sprinkling the Christian stuff to get us in. So we think that they're the source of truth, you know. Um, that's not necessarily true. So it's just crazy. It's just crazy, bro. Like everything's been crazy since I born. Crazy and extreme. Yeah, people make money their God. People make money their God. And I see what people saying, yo, we can't trust elitists, can't trust rich people. I don't know how I always get, even foreign people always try to put me, and I'm trying to explain, no, I'm not. People don't. People only regard me as rich and that's only when I'm young, because I didn't have to work. So it just was an excuse to torment me and terrorize me. Because anytime I go around the rich people or went to attend the rich people schools, or the weird ones, the ones that were Freemasonic, because we normal, the ones that were normal, we get sacrificed. It's just that for some reason I keep on resisting. I'd resist so long and it was pointless. It was pointless in the sense of this matrix or beast system if I'm not going to sacrifice something. If I'm not going to sacrifice something. So that's how it is. You know? I wasn't going to sacrifice nothing, so, you know. I don't know. I don't know. These people have weird ways to get what they want. Same way that they push, press. They're not like the devil. They're not like the devil where the devil looking for you to lean in to him. Cause is God give authority, have to give the devil authority. And he's basically, you do it, but this is not how people work. It's not how people work. They're not working off on our rules. So this not an attack. You know, it's hard for even talk the truth. They make it so hard for even talk the truth. To share the truth. Cause it's like you're constantly walking on eggshells and like, you know, I'm in my own body and in my using my own mind. So I'm not, you know, keeping account when I'm speaking for say, all right, don't talk about these people. And I'm trying to my best. I just want to make people know how it is nowadays. Look how much people they murder now. I'm not exceptional. Really, I don't really want to be here. It's really hard to see all the stuff that's going on every day. Really hard. Really hard, and just living, you know, people lose a lot. We lose a lot. You know, see how they mutilate certain people, even children. I see myself, because I was there. I was there. Many times I had resisted, fought back. And there's no fighting back no more. Cause you're a grown man, so I'm a threat. And I'm actually a threat because I am actually biologically male. You see me? So I really want to upset nobody, provoke nobody, cause nobody to feel like they need to silence chat again. You see me? That's why you see me talking so low. Like in my other videos, you might see all of that was out of panic. So you know, I have to ground myself, stuff like that. And I don't really have no advice for other people. More than, you know, I don't know if it's the best. I can only tell you about Jesus Christ, because that's all been my entire life. My grandmother grew me up on Christian morning sermons on the TV every Sunday and Saturday. I got to church. I went to Catholic school. Although Catholic school, I realized in Catholic school weird. It's not only like, yo, certain groups of people discovered certain things about certain other groups, you know, them using it to their advantage. That's why I say, like, what the God prophesies about the ones who say they are Jews but not Jews. We're the only groups of people who profess to be Jews. Only two groups. It don't even make any sense geographically. Like, geographically, it don't make any sense. But that's why God, I know something you don't. About themselves, you don't know something. And, you know, I'm just tired of the gaslighting. You won't stop. You won't stop, because you keep the beast system alive. But I see, if I can make a critique on, you know, how I seen, like, how Donald Trump closely resemble in the scriptures, in the body of the scripture, the beast. It's just amazing. Or it's just how, I don't know the word. It put me in awe. Like, what? Like that like how consistent. Because you think the whole narrative is like allegorical or metaphoric. No, it's literal. That's what's going on. The beast was wounded and then the beast regenerated. You see me? We all saw when he got shot in his ears. Then the grin him have, his name is Donald Abaddon. Abaddon. How much straightforward can the Bible be? He's starting up war with everybody. Him only care about money. Him look like Elvis, which was the king of rock and roll music. What's compare that to Lucifer? Then what you would have said relatively for the abyss. You know, only parallels I see where I say, like, yo, is really we in Revelations? Cause I thought we crazy. I thought we conspiracy theorists crazy. And I seen, like, yo, that's really going on. You see me? So it just made me feel like for come out and talk about it. Talk about it. You know? Made me feel like for talk about it. Cause although it gonna cost me the truth costs me a lot, you know, bro. And I say, like, yo, it was even hard for keep cause I not even know. So much hurt, so much pain, how much people I saw that my animals died, sacrificed, people eaten, but nobody now believe me. I don't want to say it to people, cause I don't want to be like, even me don't even trust my own memories. Cause Mandela effect. So I don't really trust my own memories. The only things I have is the scars upon my body and the trauma. But I have to let go. I have to forgive, you know. Cause there's a reason to it, you know. I feel like there's a reason. There's a reason. If people can just let go. Well, I going to do it for myself, but you know, I don't know if it's gonna make me successful. You know, in the Bible talk about the rapture. You know, it intrigued me now to see. Say maybe we going to be people going to be raptured when it really get really worse, when it really get real bad. Cause look what they're doing. Like they're making it impossible. You know, they're putting in all the foods. You know, so when they turn on this shit, it gonna microwave us. You see me? So I find out that's crazy, and really and truly, this you know, if you listen to me, you have to be on the same page. And knowing that me, I'm an immigrant or a foreigner, not speaking in no way that's like coherent to you, like the way you expect for hear like a grown man chopping it up, breaking it down, or you expect it to be delivered. The delivery is what people look for. Cause I'm not gonna come with no, we call it, like what them pastors do, chuck, chuck people, forget people hook. You see me, some of them YouTubers do for follow the algorithm. I don't care about that. I never born with no, when I born, although I was into the computer tech thing, when I born, algorithm, people wasn't doing nothing for something they the algorithm. Well, I don't know if that's what these Hollywood celebrities was doing, right? But most part, I don't really care for no algorithm. I just for the truth, for consistent to be as near as possible to the truth. Cause you know, that's why I used to talk about Jesus Christ. I'm not try, and I'm in no position to exploit or take advantage of people's mindset. Cause everything I seen like as mind control nowadays. You see me? People tell you about flat earth. Even telling you about the earth is a globe or showing you, you know, mind control. People telling you about aliens, because them putting you to take a side now. You see me? They're pushing you to take a side and follow a narrative. They're not going to benefit you and not going to help your soul. They're not going to make you reach heaven. Because, you know, people need to wake up. People need to wake up. You know, you really want to go hell. Because if here is so terrible, imagine hell. Imagine going with these same people to hell. You see me, sir? You know, I know a lot of people now try to compromise their what they have going on, like water, food. You know, I'd love to have a conversation with people to just hear real people. Real people. I'm tired of this pro-black nonsense, this Pan-African nonsense. See there, white name Pan-African. So you know, say it's not nothing. It was never nothing to be real. Cause Pan is not even an African deity, it's a European deity. Why you don't use no Algon African or you see me? The people could have respect y'all for that. For you know? But you using, you know, I don't even know what to make about it. Or even Eshu African. God, that's their parallel. Eshu is their parallel on Pan. Well, I would say. Although it deal with Eshu deal with crossroads. You see me? So this dark occultism stuff that released to pop social media, pop culture shows, it's like they brainwash us to a degree, and we can't come. It don't even matter if we never ever watch these things or even what we see, like, for the most part, old type Christians, them old time on a really outside of the pastors, them coming off real diminutive because wasn't into the occultist or understanding where I come into. How these pastors know these things? How these pastors know if I address these things, like Gino Jennings? Him know, you see me? Him know. Him on the same page. Why no followers so blind? And I go to churches where some of the church members even know more than the pastors, because they're privy to certain knowledge, and I would be debating them, or not critiquing, but I would be back and forth with them, adding to what they're saying. Cause I in that world, and they're teaching me certain things. Was teaching me how to pray, teaching me, and I say, like, I understand. I have an understanding. I understand types. I understand this. I understand that. I get the gist of it. You see me? Cause it's not even about money. Not about the thing. Is about replenishing the soul. Cause the body can't move without the soul. You can't do nothing without the soul. So you see me? Your soul gets so corrupt. Your soul gets so corrupt, and it's hard. You become crazy. You become wild. You become feral in a way. A lot of things, the dark things people see, make them crash. Make them crash spiritually. And I felt, I don't know, being crazy, like, no, acting like no crackhead or taking crack. I moving like those type of people. Like, this is why I stay, I measure myself and pace myself where I always in a place where, I have shelter, I have clothing, I can take showers, stuff like that. People, if some people say I'm a sellout, but I say, like, I just try and follow what God done. I go put myself where I even say, yo, my soul is tarnished. This is why they always have me as a child, like, or, I noticed in the streets, although after a while I was in the streets when I was like a kid, and then, like, I became grown, they still treating me or revering me like a child, just because I never entertain certain debauchery, like that, So I leave it for the older guys. I know I really run them down, and I don't want to come in them territory and certain things. I don't want no congenital disease or STD or go into that world. I'll rather preserve my purity as a young man than, whatever they want to think about me and think, say, oh, I'm prissy or this or that or stuck up, or, I'd rather you think I stuck up, bro. Yeah, I smoke weed with you. I'm gonna go down certain roads. I worry, but make that my worry. You see me? 'Cause what I seen like, yo, these men will do anything. I see why anything, but that black men we do anything. We have intimacy with anything, but my grandmother, yo, I don't even know, but I'm not that type. That I never go like that. Is these witches have to trap me? This is why I know for sure what talking is true. 'Cause I still wasn't sure. I never even had no clue. 'Cause they're doing all sort of body modification nowadays. Or if it's nowadays, them just start it, 'cause they make it seem like them just doing it, and it seem like them been doing it long time. But I'm doing body modification, so I'm not really trying to judge nobody. And where recently got my glasses, so they took advantage of that, and they took gossip and all sort of stuff. They pretend like they're putting this person on a pedestal, and now this person coming in your life, them make it seem like, oh, I pressure you, I peer pressure you, and this and that, and making it seem weird, like then them make allegations upon you, like it's twisted, bro. Now you know I am gay, 'cause I went in, I had no clue, 'cause I showing love too. 'Cause I really, I don't know what's going on. It's just crazy. So that's why I say, yo, I have to repent. Yeah, I was a fornicator. 'Cause I was in contempt for that, like people try to put me down like that, me's a black star down and saying like, yo, you see me? 'Cause the devil have a fork tongue. But um that's why I felt like for us come out and talk about these things. I don't really can't go to church, 'cause I don't want me in the church. Don't want me in the church. I don't if it's an environment where it's going to be like all sort of sexual, or it's not look for the glory of the Lord. 'Cause that's what I go to church for. You see me, I never go to church for be performative or impress nobody, especially that I cannot see so well. I wasn't able to see so well without my glasses, so I wasn't trying to be performative, and then the hostility. You see me from whatever going on there with the type of people there. That's why I try stay close to people I know is people, and then that's problem. That's a problem. So I say like, all right, I just upset because and then everybody going off and answer for them sins. Everybody. Everybody gonna be judged by the Lord. And I saying like, yo, I don't want to be brought down with society. You know, I don't want to be brought down. And I'm just thankful that, I appreciate God and his, you know, if it's him making the Father making his decision on his behalf, because many times I felt like maybe it's just best I kill myself. And I don't want to say this to inspire anybody to do anything crazy if you in a more extreme situation than myself right now, you know, where you feel like there's no way out for you. I don't want to inspire that. So I'm going to not talk about it. You see me, and this is the thing. All the things people don't talk about, their experience about what them say. Ex- Um, is it lying? Cause I'd haven't talked about where I've stolen, but it just was. I'm not saying like his sin is sin, but it was this one occasion where I was being disrespected. This person I was in, and then for come find out this person was not nothing what they said there was. And look how long it took them, and it seems like they would rather have me dead, cause they never want me come out with the truth. You see me? Cause it was an agenda now, because of who I was, change them heart, but them never want fall suit with Christ. Cause I kept on talking about G. Cause they thought that they was trying to style it as if it was lame or boring or this and that, or you see me? And I don't care. I don't care. If you want to make it seem like it's uncool, then I'll be uncool then. You see me? Then demons should stay away from me. Cause I'm not cool. I'm hot. Hot with for Christ. You see me? So stay away. But nope, nope, nope. And then they feel like they're doing things subliminal where going over my head anymore. It's not going over my head anymore. Not going over my head anymore. That's clear as day. Cause I was caught up on just like having them as my only um um what you call it? Confidant. Well, I felt like that. Although them betray me so much times, but when you grow up like me, you know, it's hard and people I don't know what's going on, but I was saying like, yo, it's really hard emotionally. It's really hard emotionally. I try reaching out back to people. Some people I can't reach out back to. I understand. I understand. It's really a shame to me as a man of melanate, like, running to other race of women, running to other race of women, it does feel shameful. It does feel shameful. You see me, cause you met them revere you as a black man as weak. Cause I see them do it to me. A lot of white women, well, a couple, a few. You see me in my face. Not in no racist way. Well, I don't really view racism more like that. I've experienced extreme racism. You're not seeing nothing. So I don't really care. I only care about the message of Christ and learning, understanding the truth and seeing with spiritually what's going on. You see me? So if I can come and talk about that, cause you know I upset the people and want gang stalking me for run back and this and come with no more depravity towards me. You see me? Cause I've stayed silent for so long. You see me? And a lot of people pretend like they're not watching the shit, bro, cause they don't want to give me views. Like I was looking for views and ratings like that. No, initially when I was doing this as a kid, I was looking for somebody to help me, get me out of this, and I said like, yo, I'm not even really want to go nowhere. Cause I seen like, yo, I don't know you, and how I stay if you piss me off or you gonna come something inconsistent with Christ. You see me, I don't trust you unless you talk about Christ. And I barely even trust some people coming with Christian cause of the information. I know, I can see with my eyes now. I learned certain skills to see what you people call reptilian people. I don't know why you're calling them reptilians. Like, it's just weird. The biology weird though. So I see why, but I don't think it's. I think they're making it. They're trying to gaslight people for have power. Have power over people. It all have to do with the royal family. All have to do with the royal family, Satanism and witchcraft. You see me? And that's what they want for going with today. So, sometimes I can't help myself. I can't myself, brother. And I constantly make it worse for myself. You see me? And then, and I don't know. I don't know. God, dealing with feeling suicidal. I come out, do this, and then it gonna upset all these people. I say something, whatever, upset all these people. I just supposed to be silent, and I can't deal with that. Although them saying, "Oh, I should have been used to it," but no, I should have been used. Cause that's what I notice. All them lizard people like to say, "Oh, why I'm not used to it? I'm not used to it. This and that." You see me? So I have my something like I just wish God could have just allow me to pass away, bro. I don't know why I even born in the first place. What real message am I sending? And I know a lot of these people might think the same thing. Like, why did I even born? You see me? Why I born for? Cause it would have just better off if I never born. I land up around thinking that Sky, you're saying like, yo, I would have feel fame. Like, you put in so much work in the beginning, and China and I see like, yo, but I am not like them. I'm not like them. Like, yo, and they try to tell you in riddles. Well, especially Orlando Brown, him telling these crazy episodic riddles. Right? Cause remember the opera? Not opera, the opera where they make people into eunuchs so they can men into eunuchs so they can sing high pitched voice like a woman. They don't stop that. Hollywood embrace that, and that's what we're seeing going on in our first. They normalize it, and the thing is, how humans going detect car. It's not like I worrying about what's going on in people pants. I see that it's the same thing with other people. It's called. This is the thing with even black women where they like to trick people too. Like, things that is obviously going on in front of our face. They want to make it seem like, oh, it's just racism or some shit like that. When no, mm-mm. 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 Not racism at all. You see me? Cause they want to have we vouch for them and have their back when they hate us. They hate us. We see that with Drake. Do what Drake do. Drake put on blackface. I don't even understand when he's a well, you nigga from Canada. You see me? You see me? Being accepted by white people is not no grace for show off or going like it's weird. Like I hear when light skinned people come with this weird shit when they're accepted by white people. They act weird. You know, uh, they don't know so the white people think little of them. They don't see them as no. They can't own that masculine outlook that you would have for other light skinned niggas for where is not where we now seeing why this nigga hardcore and you doing more dirt than this nigga, but we don't see as no threat like that. We can't say that nobody, not even white people see as a threat like that. You see me? But you doing actual dirt. It's weird. And then you make it hard for people. You guys make it hard for people, bro. Cause they're always doing no weird shit, bro. People don't respect that, bro. People see it as I don't know, say Uno is Satanist. I know you guys are Satanists, so Jano, the devil. The devil. It's just weird that him just always been part of Young Money, and Lil Wayne is the head of Young Money. He never yet call out once on it. Uh, considerably to me, from my standards, I would have say, Lil Wayne a dark skin nigga, so or you have that as cool. But we see the weird shit. Remember, but we see everything in all the music where both of them was gacking after Nicki Minaj or Nick, old Nick. You see me? Them do these things for God right in front of your face. Right in front of your face. Right in front of your face. Little Saint told me. So, I just felt like talk about it because it felt too much. It's not like I expect this big nothing to happen for me or you see me. I just had to come and talk about it with somebody. It's getting crazy, especially the Donald Trump stuff. The Donald Trump stuff getting real crazy, bro. Cause I see like he put out a pictures. We're not far out. They're showing us that we're not really that far off from they're really doing it. And come on with this picture of him as an alchemist. People saying he's Jesus. Jesus never wore no robes like that. He's as a healer, but he's synonymous with Jesus though, because he's a healer. And then when you look up into the sun, you see people calling it angels, but those are demons. Those are demons. He's saying in the image he's heralding for set forth to bring come the demons, and then he healing the other beasts. right? The imagery is just crazy. It's just crazy. So what we to expect things to just we can't trust not what him saying. Cause we don't see not what him saying come to fruition. All we see say what him wanted intentionally, originally, for bring forth all this demon apocalypse, right? We want to get rid of healthcare in America. Bible speak against that. Him want take the netting that used to help poor people in America for help rich people. We see that the Bible speak against that. Everything, this brother is the antichrist, literally in essence of every essence of the word anti, in creating an anti-establishment. You see me? So you can't trust these celebrities. You see me? Can't trust these. No, all the ones we could have thought we could have trust, even the ones that we recently, we can't even trust whatever we see. Got people being assigned genders when they go into these industries. You can't trust Candace Owens. Cause they're using their disguise. Right? They're using their disguise to gaslight us. Because if they're a vampire and we don't know them as a vampire, they're tricking us, they're seducing us, they're manipulating our minds and filling our minds with stuff. Because notice now they're going to territories where they're talk about, oh, the earth is flat and rate and the Bible this, and they're weaponizing the Bible, using little bits of truth to push us into a place where they can capitalize on it. That's what I noticing, and it's becoming real crazy. Like you see, you're actually feeling and seeing the effects. People dying every day. You see me? People saying, yo, children not being born. Not enough children being born. Who would want to bring no children in this world? Or how can you? Because you know how hard it is. How much women are there out there today? Because look how much these trans women killing actual women. And then these trans men also stalking them and killing them. And then how much men are out there nowadays? How much of us is actual men? You see me? How much I can stop there. You are not gaslighting nobody. I'm actual man. I'm an actual man. You see me? Cause that's a thing we need for even worry about now. Where who is actually one of these lizard people? Cause we think that it's only up in the upper society. Them is no, they're in lower society. Them in middle class society. Them all over. Them all over. This is why this weird occultism where the people seem like protect to these ideologies of aliens creating us and Anunnaki and this. Anybody who kids were talking about this nonsense, says them are lizard people. They are lizard people, cause no, I don't even care if I was even a clone placed there, cause I don't have no mother and father. I don't believe that shit. I don't believe that shit, bro. I don't believe I'm not giving no power to cause even if it's I still believe in the divine creator, bro. So even if they alien come and mess with, I don't know. That sound like nonsense. That sound like, you see me? Even if it's not nonsense, I'm not believing it. You know, people don't want to believe in salvation. Is crazy to me. Since when has humanity been on this page where we just taking a hiatus off of? Isn't it? What? We don't want salvation no more. We don't want the freedom. Because people think freedom is acting chaotic and doing whatever nonsense, sexual, demonic nonsense them want, getting up and changing them gender and this and that. You see me? Man, attack certain people where I go through certain things or want a certain kind of experience. They never like their cards or that they were dealt or whatever. Man, say that if you want to be a homosexual, man, say yo, it seems like it's a danger to the establishment and we can't do nothing because the government now say nothing. Pastors them just exploit it. I just look for money. Them I go like them afraid for say nothing again. When them don't really, them is like an empty shell. You see me? We can't trust so little of the things that was there. Like even Jesus was saying, yo, I was reading and watching something there where Jesus saying, yo, you see me, this is why I cursed the fig tree, cause him say, all right, the leaves. You see me, you know why I'm cursed the fig tree? And them say, yo, one of them point out, say, yo, but it's not season. But Jesus say, yo, although it's not season, right? Or you can take this analogy to society, right? Where certain establishments and this and that was meant to help people, right? But I experience it where they make me sit down and wait for all this time. Cause them saying it's not season now, and then when the season come, still no fruits. Still no fruit. So what Jesus said, the leaves on the trees promise of fruit. So I'm supposed to come and see even unripened fruit or something. I'm supposed to even see even one, even if it's one fruit where even ripe on the tree, I'm supposed to come and say I'm able to pick it. But the leaves are promise of fruit and then the tree never have no fruit, so I'm curse it. You see me, sir? And then the tree wither up. So this is the same thing we're seeing in everywhere in the Western Hemisphere. I can't speak about the Eastern, because everybody in China, Chinese. Everybody in Africa, African. Everybody, well, Europe always been part of the Western world from their view and philosophically, right? So them getting a number being dealt to them too. You see me? Cause all these weird governance thing come from them. So we expect them for, you know, when them create this kind of beast system. So you see me? Rome, you know, so you know, yeah, it's supposed to bear fruits, but there's no fruits being bared. Cause you know, the trifling type of scoundrel mindset of people in the system is not like the fruits are not there. It's just not for it's not placed there for help people in bad situations. You see me? It's just there for them for profit. For profit. So I say like, yo, okay. I understand. You know, that's why I read the Bible, because it giving me a lot of clarity on certain things for accept certain things that happen, because it was meant to happen. It's part of the prophecy. So why am I gonna be angry about it? Because certain people this has spoiled their goodwill with God, and them spoil how me see it. I see certain people, I say like, was it really worth it? Was it really worth it just for, you know, be this spiteful scoundrel or do all them stuff here? But I saying like, no, them twisting it, or them was always doing it like, them that's why I see them doing all these crazy stuff. And I try separate people and cause so much division now. Cause them want to bring down all of us. That's why them put these lizard people in certain positions, like head of the church, all them stuff here. Cause when you see, I notice these lizard people, them good when it comes to the church, Them speak a lot of facts. Where we people don't really normally know. That's why you see these women always go dabble into witchcraft, or the men them always try for going at gangs or try be edgy. But them now, them always in a certain, and then them miserable same way. That's the problem, because they can't live out of them fantasy. Or I don't know. I say, yo, you're not grateful for the clothes on your back, the food. You see me? You have access to certain things where people, even in hard times, them good. We have to go out in the streets, or we get treated, then don't get treated like that. In the majority, I see some even white women like will come address me on social media and shit like that. You see me? Homeless. They actually, I can't guarantee that they are actual women, but they're not, and they're not even miserable like them lizard people here. They're not even miserable. They're not miserable like them lizard people. God, these lizard people have something for hide. Them have something for hide. You see me? So I see like, yo, you see me? Like, alright, for instance, TD Jakes. Cause these lizard people, they're fighting. Cause all of them want get the black card. Like Michael Jackson and some of them elitist people, they want to get the black. But this is the thing. They're not doing it. These people who set these something there for them, they're not doing it out of love. Is to put them in debt. So to them is like an unlimited account where they can spend money. Them have to go pay it back. But them feel like them going dead before them ever going to pay that back. You see me? They go come but it don't work so. It don't work so. They don't value their soul. They don't value so. Once these people are around us and in these higher places, that's why the Bible tells us principalities, dark principalities from higher places. Right? Once these people are around, them it's going hard for us. They're hard for us, cause even certain things like we live on our earth. Are we being taxed? Yeah, that's the hard. I don't mind paying bills, but you buy a house already, or me, I am from a certain region. I don't. If you want to tax the immigrants and tourists, that makes sense. But the natives and indigenous people. Cause even if I say, all right, if I'm here after a certain amount of generation and my family survive after a certain amount of generation, right? We could have set it up, say like, yo, I don't need for pay no taxes if I own my house. Oh, you see me? You see me? You see me? Cause them taxing you on your house, them when you go work, them tax you. Them take taxes off of your money, right? Cause certain workplaces that I work at, them never take the taxes off of your money. You have to go to the tax office and deal with that yourself. You see me? Which I never really like, cause that sound like that gonna put you in a debt. You see me? When them people are coming in and take away seas with all the stuff them. Cause some people wanna be smart. About them not pay no taxes. You see me? And we say these occultist entities always are influence us for God do foolishness. Like some people like Moors, I used to be contacted by Moors and them tell me all sort of foolishness. But me I see the Moors them as lizard people them too. Them claiming all these civilizations like Moabite, Canaanites. And I say, I wonder if these people think that we are idiots. Like we never read the Bible. You see me? If you use these people then that means you're all pagan. But you know, that's my two take on it. I don't know if this was worth saying if something extreme gonna happen, because I know these people like always surveil me. I don't know, try to make it seem like I'm not doing it, but I clearly know they're surveilling me. No. I'm always up on my live or something, or wait till I'm done my live and go rewatch the something for listening to whatever I say. Or if them just see some output or something, them just suspect. Clearly, so I go say something bad about them or something. You see me? I'm say like, yo, I'm just tired of this Tom and Jerry thing, brother. I'm tired of spiritual witchcraft. Cause me never come this world for deal with witchcraft. You see me? You see me? Me never come in the world for come deal with witchcraft. I just wanted a normal life. I don't care about the black and white or racism or whatever. I don't even see not too much racism from the white man. Cause when I work for the white man, him pay me, I go my yard, my business what him say or feel about me or whatever, and get paid and I go my yard and take care of my business. Him don't come fast in my business or nothing. I wonder what me I do. This or that or it. You know, come try watch me or gang stalk me or do nothing. Him just go about in business too. You know me? So if it's really about the money, just you see me, let's leave it there. So no, bro. Them lizard people are different. Them lizard people are different, brother. You see me? Them lizard people are different, bro. Cause them like for twist the story, you know, and go on like that. Oh, the reason why them have to tear me down is like me have more chances of getting ahead than them or some nonsense. And you don't even know, I never know the reasoning until lately why them are going the way them are going. Cause them have something for hide. You see me? Me never ever know say them was lizard people, brother. But I noticed some of them do have this serpentine look. This serpentine look to them. Like my manager. You see me? Like My manager, and it don't matter how much respect you show them, it don't matter how much you want to be decent with them, and nothing. And nothing, cause I don't know you from nowhere for whole nothing, no God. You see me, whatever, you see me, dispute you have with somebody else or what your people have, don't bring it to me. Don't bring it to me, bro. Cause I can't take it, bro, and then y'all go like me crazy or some shit like that. Cause what you feel like me I go do? You feel like I'm not going to read into what's going on? You see me? You see me? You see me? Cause me can't even say like all these other people say, yo, if I dead or I don't feel like it's suicide or committing suicide or this or that. You don't know how me I got dead, brother. Nobody know, not even me know. I just God know. Just God know. I mean, I try to live forever on this. So I don't know if people who want to live forever. Cause I see some woman on the internet are going all sort of way, but through them no look young no more. And this and that. I mean, you're supposed to glad say you're age. You see me? Cause if you do the right thing, you're supposed to glad for the day when you go see God. Cause that's how I going to be. I got glad when you see me, I don't have to worry about none of these things. I have to worry about food, clothing, how I look, how I hear, whether it trim or whether it put together or whatever and whatnot. I have to worry about how I smell. I don't have to worry about how other people treat me or nothing like that no more. You don't have to worry. You don't have to worry about trust or who for trust or where to go. Or, you see me? You're for glad. You're for glad. You're for glad you're just closer than me to see the glory of the Lord. You see me? You see me, bro? Someone say like, yo, some people, I don't know, maybe them brainwash. Cause when that brainwashing, a lot of people under certain brainwashing, people need to let go certain things. Cause it never did real. It never even real. And me I say, what you want? People worship you? Like what you want? People who come worship you? Cause this is what making them lizard people upset. Cause them feel like so we are trying to outdo them or this and that. You never have no clue. You think people are just a people. No. No, cause them we here waiting for Jesus Christ to come back. Them here waiting for the Anawaki and all sort of something. The demons to come. And I said, Jano Star. Jano Star. Oh, I get in a way like this car. I remember just watching a show. I know me in this world. This is what's going on. But just remember I watched Scooby Doo Mystery Incorporated. Right? And those things I watching a show, a cartoon. That's what comes to say either people being seduced by the narrative of the cartoons or I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. I really don't know, bro. It's crazy, cause this is not what I think my grandmother grew up to her. What me seeing when I watching them church outlets or stuff like that, church something that nobody knows they're talking about them something. I don't, you see me? Nobody was talking about them something, so it must be deep witchcraft. You see me family, so I say like, yo. I just appreciate so me get this opportunity for be able to voice my 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 opinions, how I feel, stuff like that. Put it on the internet as a vote. So for the future humans or whatever going to happen, if people going left on the earth, if God rapture us, and if me get in the rapture, me not come back down here. I don't know, they never talk about God go put us back. So I'm glad say him now put us back down here. Cause I don't know about that. I don't know about that, bro. I don't know about that. I don't want to see no more bloodshed. I don't want to see no more violence. I'm a business boy other people where they want to go on like I say like, yo, brother, I'm a business boy, you listen to people and talk about badness or bad man or nothing like that, brother. Cause you see me tell you about my have a phallus and I have a testicles. Two. You see me? So if you want to talk about man, me nah fall short on the man department. You see me? But the bad, you can keep it. Yeah, una bad. Una bad. You see me? Real bad. Wicked. Evil. You see me? I don't know why I should I rename it bad evil people. The evil people. Cause I feel like you're saying bad man and using the term man is disingenuous and using the term bad is disingenuous too, cause you're really beyond bad. You're evil people, evil folks. You see me? Evil. Cause I study witchcraft. Cause I still don't know no witchcraft. I just come to understand the workings of it. You see me? You see me, brother? So I just want to say, yo, if anything not said to people, say, yo, the Bible prophesies certain things. Muhammad, the so-called Islamic Muhammad, Prophet Muhammad. Give me a minute. So the Prophet Muhammad never prophesied nothing. Buddha never prophesied nothing. Lord Krishna never prophesied nothing. Confucius never prophesied nothing. Who else? Horus never prophesied nothing. Ra never prophesied nothing. Who else? Who else? You know them. Y'all people from it. And then Christianity is the only religion that spread all across the world. Right? And people have their narratives about the church and this and that. Okay, okay. But entirely every church is like that everywhere. Cause we can lean on people. We lean and say, oh, um, Gino Jennings. I see a lot of people always go to him. You see me, cause him stay consistent, him stay clean, even though his message kind of harsh sometimes, and it is the focus on black people, black community in America, right? You see me, so Christianity has done its work to abolish slavery, because no other religion have aided in the abolition of slavery. You see me? Or influence, even if you want to say, oh, but it originally this and whatever. Because you say, all right, this is why the Bible or Jesus in the scriptures talk about the Gentiles and this and that, and said, yo, don't, you see me, that's why I make so much statement on the Gentiles, because it make sure I make the statement is not for say, yo, impactful, for say, it didn't happen, because the prophecy have to be fulfilled. You see me, because the Gentiles twist up everything. The Gentiles would be the Romans, but all of us is Gentiles, because Gentiles are non-Jews. But specifically what they're talking about is the Romans, right? So they twist up everything, they capitalize on it. We all see it on them. But you see me, they had influences, because they're the only organization that was a humanitarian and against the abuse and torture. But you see, them stop being for that nowadays. You see me? Because it's the prophecy. So Buddhism never have nothing. Buddhism tell you to sit down and be tortured. Be tortured and detach yourself from everything. You see me? You see me? Buddhism don't even give no instruction. Buddha never prophesies nothing. Buddha never prophesies nothing. Then you have what him name? Nobody. You see me, even if I don't want to make parallels and all sorts of other messianic figures, right? Where, okay, I would say Jesus is the only one to sacrifice themselves and had a prophecy. Right? Him sacrifice specifically for our sins. So the activities that we do today before we come into Christ and repent and give ourselves to Him, He had already made that wager with His life for us to not live in sin no more, so that day when we come, we can come to awareness or consciousness to stop living in sin before Christ until Him return, so Him can do whatever the Bible said. Cause I'm not going to go on like me, come and be no false prophet and say this is what going to happen or nothing like that. You see me? But from my interpretation, I want me know consistent, say, yo, He's going to return, things are going to change up. Things not going to, you see me, man, I wish nothing for nobody, upon nobody. But, you see me, it's there in the Bible if you want to find out yourself. develop your own understanding. Alright, so none of them had died for our sins. You see me? Some of them even said there wasn't God. Buddha never said he was God. When people ask him if he was God, he tell them no. Even times him no. He never respond or say nothing. You see me? Jesus was the only one that confessed he was God. He was Lord. You see me? And he said with him back down and he tell them, say, yo, he come and destroy his temple, destroy the temple, and in 3 days he will rebuild it. And that's what he did. In 3 days he will rebuild the temple. Jesus was the only one that confessed boldly that he was Lord, he was Christ. And he allowed them to mutilate him. And then he was resurrected. You see me? So that's all the evidence we need. So him said he's going to come and free up his people. That's his promise. So we just need to keep to hold his word and keep faith. So I don't know how am I doing anything wrong. Right? By doing that, by having faith in that, how am I doing anything wrong? You see me? For anybody for come and attack me or come discredit me, say like me a business about the brainwashing one. I never grew up as no bad man. You see me? None of them foolishness here what them a try brandish in a society for people, for cowards, for a try hide under. You see me? Cause destroying other people's life don't make no sense, brother. It would make sense to demons. Cause I see what happened to the elder. Where was a bad man, a warrior. And what them do with him? Cause they come with them legion. Them dash him away. And at least him had him family. For bury him. I don't have no family. So me have to hold my own. Me have to hold my own and deal properly with Christ to come give me salvation, because they don't want me seek salvation. You see me, them want to come with them stupid grown people. You see me? They just show them traces of being demons. Being demons. Being nothing but demons. You see me? And I wouldn't even know how no demonic. Because I can't judge you upon parents because this and that, So I say, alright. And now I come to understand. I come to an understanding. I leave certain things alone. Brother. And just deal with Christ and humble myself. Brother. God. Now walk with no more shame. I now walk with no more bitterness. I now walk with no more anger. Because I never have nothing to do with none of these things. You see me? I don't know my past. I don't know my mother and father. So it be. So that's how the way it is. You see me? God going to redeem me. Jesus Christ has redeemed me. And I'm looking for more redemption. You see me? Because I have sinned. I have told lies. I was not perfect. I look for repentance. I repent every day. You see me? And I do it wholeheartedly and sincerely, not for performance for people to feel like, oh, this and that. Cause it would never work. It would never work. So I don't even have no intentions to do. So, you see me, I appreciate that when I make it say, me have to do it the right way. I very much appreciate it of it. You see me? Because I can't deal with that. That's the same thing I'm saying with you people, like these lizard people are saying, yo, you live a whole entire miserable life. All you do was destroy, steal, kill, destroy, deceive. You see me? You made other people life miserable. You made all sort of other people life miserable. You destroy families. And then when you reach when it's time to be judged, you have anything to say to the Lord? What you are gonna say? The Lord wrong, man fear? You see me? You see me? Cause you could have looked past all these things for acceptance, you know. You could have looked, but true, you never have it your way. And you feel like you know the right way. You know the right way, and your vision or whatever, your dream or fantasy, you see me, which is delusion from the devil. You know what is best for yourself. You see me? Especially in these dark times, you know what is best. And you had it good the whole time and been comfortable. But you was not satisfied. You was not grateful. You see me? True, you know, have the sex life you want. Or true, you're not envied after and worship. Why people want to be worshipped? Why people want to be envied after? You see me? Because it bring whole heap of tribulation, but in a year mind, it not bring no tribulation, it gonna bring favoring. You see me? So that's all I have to say.